Alright, so we're having a lot of fun racing Nürburgring GP. This time it's dry, thank God. I wanted to try a dry one. I qualified kind of poorly. I made a huge mistake and ended up P5. I probably should have been P1, even with the second off. I was P5. So here, this is kind of interesting. So you see the 911 goes off, the pace car goes off, and now we're racing. Even though we haven't crossed the start finish yet, we could already pass people. Since P1, the number 7 car already gone. So at this point, we gained a position just by getting a good jump on P4, who was caught sleeping. P5 absolutely sends it into turn 1, goes way wide. Not P5, sorry, car number 5. Rejoins the track at P2. The old P1, aka car number 7, is now in 3rd position. And just all kinds of mayhem up there. We stayed back, trying not to hit anyone while we observe. At the same time, though, the Mustang that we passed on the start, he's to the right of me. We don't really give him a chance, so we stay in front of him. So this is why having triples is super useful. You guys can only see the middle screen. I could see, when I'm driving the Mustang in my side mirror. Sorry, side window. So now we're racing these guys. We fully know that we have the same pace if we're not if not faster than these guys. So we're trying to chase them down. It's pretty hard to go up the S's. It's a pretty fast section in a pack like this. So I just know that we're probably gonna catch up, just because it's hard to drive back close together and not be kind of making mistakes. So here's a good example, right? So we get a run on 7, car number 7, who I believe was P1 when they started the race, right? Yeah, and we didn't ask for permission, we just passed it. Very good. So now we're up in the podium places, and we start racing the white car and the other BMW up there for the entirety of the race, right? We're getting really close to him. He defends. And this is something you want to do. You want to even if you're not going to go for a move, you kind of want to make them think that you're going to go for a move, so that they have to defend. Basically make them think that you're crazy and they're going to just full send it. It's kind of a mind game. Okay, so we start racing these guys. I'm going to fast forward to get to the interesting part. I mean, all this is all interesting, right? So like,
You know how to race side by side?
ooh, someone's angry. That was not for me, so it's for someone in the back. But yeah, this is kind of the fun part of racing. You're just trying to stay in the pack, trying to gain a 10th here, again a 10th there on the guys around you, so you can wait for them to make mistakes so you can pass them. This is an interesting thing. People love taking this late single apex here. I like the double apex. I'm not sure which one is faster. I'll probably review some tape later, and then go on YouTube later. Yep, so I had to back out of the throttle a little bit, as you can hear, but in general I do the SSOK compared to these guys. I absolutely smashed the curbs on the apex here. That's about right. And I run wide, so I'll probably turn in might be too early. These guys both run wide. Ooh, huge catch. Alright, so I'm gonna basically lose a bunch of time to these guys because I had to catch a huge slide. Glad I didn't die though. So I spent the rest, I spent a couple of laps trying to catch up to these guys. And what we're gonna see is,
Sorry, that's on me.
there's gonna be a back marker that kind of joins the fight. I mean, they're not really supposed to, but it gives me a good chance to catch up to these guys. So we're kind of fast forwarding through a couple of laps. Where's the back marker? There's the back marker. Yeah, so that McLaren's the back marker. The leaders are kind of having to deal with him, which gives us a chance to catch up. I mean, we're lapping at the same pace. This just gives us a chance to get a sniff at these guys. Sniff. Okay, so McLaren lets them by, finally. Lets me by. So I didn't really lose any time on him. Maybe half a tenth. And about half. Maybe a few tenths. And now we're racing these guys for reals. See, there's their single late apex, where I try to do this more V-shaped double apex thing. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, so he goes way wide, which means I'm gonna catch up, right? So let's go back to scene of the crime. He just goes way wide here, which means he's gonna pay for that all the way down this back straight. I'm gonna get a good sniff. I think I'm gonna, yeah, he defends. I'm gonna make him think I'm gonna go. He's kind of unfazed. I'm gonna make him think I'm gonna go. He doesn't really defend it. I don't really go for it. That would have been very bad for me. Would have been illegal. Okay, then we go down the front straight. I don't tend to make moves in turn one. These guys keep going way off in turn one, but it's hard to make them pay for it because they just kind of drive that right back on. I really actually do enjoy sector one. One of my favorite sectors of all racetracks. I used to hate it when I first started sim racing. Now I just think it flows really well. That's illegal, by the way. I went too far off. But you get 17 off tracks in a short race like this. So that was okay. And this is fun. We're just super tight, trying to put pressure on this white BMW, who has really good livery. I like his livery. Maybe I'll steal that. Steal that idea. There's single late apex. I do my double apex. You know, two schools of thought. I like my school of thought, but they're kind of gaining on me. So maybe their school of thought is better. I do the S's in general better than these guys. This is a pretty good version of it. You're basically right on the limit, shooting up the hill. Slight lift before you shoot up the hill. We'll take this pretty okay. They go a little wide on exit. My turn to go. Oh, good rotation on entry. I liked it. That was a pretty good whatever turn that was. Usually it's understeer heaven. I managed to get some rotation through there. I get a good run on him. And I believe I send it. Yep, send it. And then let's see what happens. He hits me in the back. This is kind of interesting. At the time, I actually apologized. He did this nice little up and under, over and under, little switcheroo action, whatever you call it. So I want to litigate this real quickly, see who's actually at fault. Right. So this is a good view for litigation. I'm this Cayman here. He's that BMW. Let's see. So, like I said, through the chicken, as Alonso would say it, through the chicane, I just get a much better run. You know, it's supposed to be on power way before the second apex. These guys aren't. And he brakes early too, right? So, let's see. He brakes here. And if we go back into my car, I'm kind of... I think he probably could have braked just a little bit later. Anyways, I kind of see this as an invitation, so I send it, you know. How can you not send it? We're racing. Formula One legal for sure, because I make the corner. In other series, probably a little bit naughty. All right, so I send it, I make the corner. I'm right now, basically right in front of him. If I were a smarter person, what I'd probably do is I would just park the car here a little bit longer, really kind of impede him getting back on power. When people, instead I don't really do that. I just kind of run my natural line if I'm gonna do the super late apex. Well, I guess not super late apex, super late rotation all the way. I'm trying to rotate the car back here. He's already rotated his car here, so he's got a much better exit, right? But what you could do defensively is you could just pull a trick like this and try to block them while they're getting back on power, throw off their rhythm. And when people talk about great defensive driving like Sergio Checo in 2021 in Abu Dhabi, that's kind of what he did. He blocked Hamilton all throughout these corners at the apex, so which caused Hamilton all the way down the straight, right? So I could have done that. I don't know. He has such a better... This was a really good switcheroo that he did. So if I had really parked it, maybe we would have both died. So no harm, no foul. He gets his position back. and I don't really get a chance to, I stay with these guys the whole time, but I don't really get a chance to get a move ever again from here on out. Right, so boom, boom, boom. We're basically just hot lapping at this point, and we're as fast as the leaders, but this is not the easiest track to pass. At least that's how I feel. So we basically just keep hot lapping until the end here. Yeah, so this lap 8 and then lap 9. I think this is a 10 lap race. Yeah, so fun, kind of putting pressure on them the entire time through the end. This is lap 10. Oh yeah, I actually get really close to them, right? Because I'm lapping faster than these guys are. So this is kind of fun. They both blow turn 1. They keep blowing turn 1. It's the last lap now. And I'm right on the butt of this beautiful white BMW once again. But just no, this is not a really good passing opportunity. I catch the car. At this point, I'm like, whatever. Yeah, so that's the end of the race. We end up P3, so P5 to P3. Pace-wise, probably good enough for P1. I go off because the race is over. Here's something that's kind of fun, though. If you look at what happened in the race, kind of stats-wise, the leader does a 254, right? 204, 254. I did 204, 255, so just 1 millisecond off. Here's the other thing that's fun. While I'm chasing them, I do the same lap time twice in a row. So that was pretty cool. Poor qualifying sometimes makes for better content, I guess. Yeah, thanks for watching. That was fun.